Welcome to the Intentional Awakening Podcast with your hosts, Kathy Brewer and Terry Huberman.
Well, hello there. I'm Terry Huberman, and welcome to the Intentional Awakening Podcast.
And I am your co-host, Dr. Kathy Groover. And like every episode, we start with an angel card. And the angel card today, which I think is going to have to be our topic, is presence.
Oh, boy. Boy.
Not like Merry Christmas, but like presence,
Yes.
Because that explained it. Your thoughts create, your actions matter, your presence changes everything. Align with your essence, know your place, stand up fully in yourself, and greet each moment afresh. Not how I would describe presence, but yeah, it's an angel card. And then there's a little angel card just sort of like doing this in the light. So that's adorable. So we are scrapping what our topic was going to be today, but we'll get to it.
We will.
And I thought, well, heck, let's talk about presence because that's a really good topic.
Yeah.
So other than that slightly weird description of presence, how do you describe presence, Terry?
I would call it as, I would describe it as awareness. Because if you're not aware of something, you can't be conscious of it, and therefore you're not present to it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's how I would describe it.
Yeah.
What about you?
So with the awakening work that I'm doing, which sounds so funny, awakening work, like I'm,
the whole thing is work. Just call it work.
It seems like it. But we talk about that we are awareness. We are the presence, right? So the presence to me is stillness and allowing and sort of consciously being in the now, like choosing to be here now.
Yeah.
Presence, That's why I was like presence, just presence.
Yeah.
Just being still and being in this moment. Because we can't be present to anything else. We can only be present to this moment. And we're stuck in these confines of time. Like you said, when we first got on, I'm like, how have we already done so many episodes? You're like, time. But the past doesn't exist and the future is not here yet. It's always the now. And so if we're living in this now moment, we are being present to that, present to our emotions, present to our physical sensations, present to the environment, present to just what is. It's that accepting and that awareness of what is right in front of us.
Some might call that the quantum field. I'm just saying. So here's the thing.
Some might call it that.
Some might call it that. I would say it's like access to the quantum is how I might describe that. Because the thing is that you have space, time, and time, space. Okay. And when you are in one place and you want to get to another place, right? What's in between my hands? Space. Right? So if you're here and this is where you want to go, what you have to do is you have to close that gap of time. So the way you do it is you move through space. So this
and that takes time.
And that takes time, right? But you have to have a certain awareness or you have to have a certain presence in order to be able to start closing that gap, which means choosing your way through the space-time continuum, right?
So it's like, just for my non-math, I'm having
it's
I'm having word problem flashbacks of trains.
Yeah. I was terrible at that too.
Oh my God. So was I, like full panic. Rate times time equals distance. That's all I know, which is kind of what you just said. So if I'm in Burbank and I want to get to LAX, am I going to take the 405? Am I going to take Surface Street?
Correct.
What's going to be the most expedient? And sometimes it's distantly shorter, but more time.
Correct.
Okay.
And you're going to look up information on a GPS system so you know what's happening, right? So that's the presence and that's the awareness so I can choose my way. So you close that gap in the space-time continuum. Now, when you're already there, which would be the presence, that's called time-space. There's no space. So it doesn't take any time for you to get there, which is like what the quantum would be. I know that that's a little bit more technical, but that's why having the awareness and being present and having the presence is what gives you access to everywhere, all things at all, all times.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I fully understand what you just said, so thank you for explaining it that way, because I've heard scientists start to go down that road, and I just go,
I can't do that though.
I can't do it.
No, bite size.
But I come from I'm a big science nerd, but I tend to come from the more like Eckhart Tolle realm of that, the power of now and the power of presence. And he doesn't get into that aspect of it, but that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
He always jokes about, he used to live above a pub, and there was a sign on the door that said free beer tomorrow. And he would sit there every day and watch people come in and go, I'm here for my free beer. And the shopkeep would go, no, tomorrow. And he's like, but I was here yesterday, so it's tomorrow. And the guy's like, no, it's today. So it's that you can't, there is no tomorrow.
Right.
You can't be in tomorrow. It's not possible. Which also gets a little mind loopy. And we're only right here. This is all we have. So if you're trying to be someplace else, and one of the things that Eckhart says is most of our suffering comes from us wanting to be somewhere other than where we are right now.
In this now moment,
Us wanting the present moment to be different. Correct. I wish I didn't have that. I wish I had that. Why is it, we're fighting against, and we've talked before about allowing and acceptance. And I think presence is also those two things. It's the allowing and the accepting of what is in this moment, because this is all we have.
I call it anding. So I teach my clients how to and, because the human is designed to hold more than one emotion, which is energy and motion, at a time. So you could be hungry, right? So that's an emotion, is like hunger. Well, that's more of a physical sensation.
I wouldn't classify that as an emotion.
So let's just say depressed, right? You can be depressed, and you could also be curious about your meeting tomorrow, right? So those are two different energies, right? So you're anding it. When you have that awareness that you're both, that means you're in the present moment. So that's the now moment. And if you're trying to run away or escape from it, that's where the suffering happens. So if you can and it, then it is a level of acceptance, and it's a level of truth too. So it's that's why I like to, from the time, space, and space-time perspective, I like to teach my clients about the now moment. Because here's a now moment, but wait, hold on, another now moment's about to come. There it is. Oh, wait, what? There's another one. Oh, there's another one.
But I would even argue that it's not about to come, because as we're saying it's about to come, we're in it.
Right. So we're constantly in it, but so that means there's another now moment. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to articulate. If it's not coming through, is that you're always in the now moment. Here comes one, because you're in it. Here comes one. And it's in that now moment where you get to choose, am I going to be miserable or am I not going to be miserable? That's what it comes down to, even if you're not like aware of what you're choosing. Right. But you can always choose your way out of it. So, and you're so right, because a lot of these spiritual teachings, they all say the same thing. But you have teachers that present it in different ways, which is why there's this abundance of information and knowledge with who you resonate with. And that's why, that's what I always tell, like, people who are for me may not be for you, and people who are for you may not be for me. Right? It's just how we express these teachings. They're different ways. And that's also a type of presence. Like, what am I present to in terms of what resonates with me and what doesn't?
Right. And you're right. It's all saying the same thing. All world religions are basically love yourself, love others, don't be an asshole.
Right. Don't kill. Don't kill.
Which is the don't be an asshole. But it's like they're all kind of saying the same thing. And as you were talking and saying about different traditions, I'm thinking, in the Bible it says, be still and know that I am God. God is the infinite presence, right? So be still and know that I am here. Here, right?
In this now moment. Always.
In this now moment. And we can fight against that, but that's what's going to cause our suffering.
Yes.
So, we solved that problem.
World peace!
And in less than 10 minutes. Look
oh my
at us.
God. Oh my God.
So how do we, I was just thinking about cultivating presence, right? We're so do, and run. And I've got my to-do list. And, I'm a down to the minute scheduler. Like, this is how my book looks. Knowing that, yes, you have to plan.
Yes.
And you have to problem solve. And planning things is great because we wouldn't be able to function. We are limited by the concept of linear time in this world right now.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that you can't still cultivate that presence. Mm-hmm. And to me, cultivating that presence is sitting in that stillness and saying, yes, it is meditation, it is breath work, it is just that moment of and acknowledging something in your environment. I happen to just look over and it's a magnet, but it's a little ball of mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Yum.
And there's a woman that does miniatures, and I don't even know what this is made of, but I happen to look over and glance at that, and that pulled me into this moment with this ice cream and the way the light is hitting it. And, you can get to the now with any of your senses.
Yeah.
Wish I had ice cream. Well, I'll do that later. But it's like there's so many different exercises to cultivate presence. And if any of you have not read The Power of Now, I'm sorry, it is just one of the greatest books ever written for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's people other than us, crazy, talking about this sort of thing on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. And, there's so many ways to approach it. And I love that you brought up that there's different methods and teachers that take you there. Find what resonates to you. We're just giving you a primer. We're not saying our way is the only way to do it. We're just pulling from our decades. Oh my God, how many decades of experience would we have?
Do we have to do the math, Kathy?
No.
Really?
We're only 30.
Yeah, 29.
Oh, okay. I'm older than you then. Okay.
By 1 year. You're 30. I'm 29.
Right. Yeah, that's what's happening right now. Filters and lighting. Okay. So anyway, do you have a suggestion, maybe just one tip for someone who wants to be more present?
Yes. I love to teach this. I call it a hug and a mug. I do a lot of hugs and heart
I guess so.
But you were spot on when you were talking about using your senses to bring you into the present. So a lot of times people will drink a coffee or a hot chocolate or a tea or whatever, right? So I always say, take your mug, or if it's a flat flask, okay. If it's a flask, if it's a ceramic, or if it's, one of those that a travel mug, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And just feel what it feels like touch it with your physical hands. And if there is a liquid in it, coffee, tea, whatever, smell it. Okay, what does it look like? Did you put creamer in there or not? Because I like to drink tea with cream or milk. I don't know why, but so my tea might look different than your tea, right? So okay, I'm noticing my tea. So already I'm putting in my present now moment awareness of what's going on here. Take a sip. What does it taste like? Did I add sugar? Is there a flavored creamer? What's the temperature? Is it too hot? Is it too cold? Right? Is there ice in there where if you were to shake it, you could hear the thing around, the ice cubes? Something, and it doesn't have to take long. That could take 1 or 2 minutes. But what that does is it brings you into present now moment. It really does.
Yep.
So that's one thing that I always teach my clients. Now, when I talk about it being more for a romantic opportunity, or you're practicing kindness. I had to say that, Kathy. We keep getting angel cards to say kindness or compassion. I actually tell people to add a little bit of rose water into it because rose is the highest vibrational frequency of any flower. So
that's Mother Mary, which is
how nice. Yeah. See, that's cool. All right.
Yeah. And it's so funny. I'm laughing because I do that. I teach that exact same exercise.
The same thing.
That's one of my.
It's so practical.
Yeah.
It's so practical. It's so pragmatic. And the whole thing is so often we forget that we're human. And that's why we need physical, tangible things to remind us.
Right. Well, and I'll do that in a group. I'll say, everybody close your eyes. Feel your seat on the chair.
Yeah.
What do you smell in your environment? What do you hear in your environment? What's the sound you can hear the furthest away? What's the sound you can hear closest to you? Is there the whir of an air conditioner someplace? Do you hear someone rustling papers? So when I'm in a group, especially if I'm doing my stress talk, this is part of the mindfulness practice that I teach them. Yeah. And it's so effective because you can do that anywhere. Or I like to do take one task that you have to do a day anyway, like washing the dishes, and then bring your senses in.
Mm-hmm.
What does the water feel like on your hands? What does the soap feel like? Can you smell the orange wafting out of the sink? Can you hear the dishes clinking together? You open your eyes, and every time I put the bottle down and one bubble goes boop, and the bubble floats up, and it's like twirls in the light. You can see this little rainbow in it, and it travels around.
Yeah.
And we live in a loft, so the bubble has I've turned off the water and watched a bubble for 10 minutes, just journeying, steering for it. And then it goes, and it pops with this little spray of water. I've just been present for however long.
Mm-hmm.
It was a mindfulness practice. It was like a meditation. And now I have a sink full of clean dishes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
it's win-win-win.
A lot of times when I'm teaching somebody, now again, I work with a lot of people who are anxious and very highly sensitive. I will teach them how to meditate because there's a perception out there that meditation has to be a certain way, right? An expectation. So what I'll do is I'll tell them light a candle and just set your phone on an alarm for 1 minute. That's it. And all you have to do is just watch, use your eyes and watch the flame. That's it.
Yep.
If you have thoughts, fine, keep them there.
Yeah, just watch them go by.
Just watch. I mean, you're learning, so a lot of the stuff, it's like, I don't often take the time out to sit here and go, what does my tea taste like and smell like or anything like that. But one thing I do, and this has definitely, and it's not something that I teach to people because I don't know how many people have access to a cockatoo, because I have a bird. I have a cockatoo. He's like this tall, this big. I know. Where is she going with this?
You just said the words, I don't know how many people have access to a cockatoo. You just said those words.
I did say that. And I say it again.
I can't wait to hear how this goes. This will be our last thing because we're pushing our time. But but the bird. Okay.
So I'll put him on my lap and I just look at him and I stare at him and I notice how each feather falls. And it's miraculous because I'm like, does each feather know what to do, where to grow and place itself? And why is one feather falling out and the other one isn't? And this new one. So that brings me present. Granted, it's external because it's outside of me on my bird, my cockatoo, which is why I don't know how many people have access to a cockatoo, but I do. I have access to a cockatoo.
But the word, as you're talking about this, it's curiosity.
Curiosity.
And curiosity also brings us back to the present moment. So, okay,
yes, absolutely.
We've waxed poetic.
We did it.
I didn't think we'd work a cockatoo into this show, but we did. So that's great. Okay. Birds. Okay, cool. I am Kathy Groover. I can be reached at kathygruver.coach.
And I'm Terry Huberman. You can find me at terryhuberman.com.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you. The cockatoo threw me.
It threw you. You brought it up. Okay. We will see you next week for more bird stories.
Yes. Bye.